throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a second and 11. Throwing now is Wentz. This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. Well, this defense for the Lions, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive. Throwing is Wentz. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Now the first carry for Adrian Peterson. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Now Wentz on 3rd down. This pass hauled in by Dotson. And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the first by a few yards. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 4th down. Tressway on 4th down is sent out to punt. Back deep, Khalif Raymond. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to...
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So now following the sack, often the Lions needing to come up with something here on 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Man open, and St. Brown has got it. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. Play action. It's Goff. That's going to be caught by Josh Reynolds. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. From their own 40 to the other 40. The gain of 20 leads to 1st and 10. Now Goff. That'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Goff, a handoff here to Swift. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Once again, it's Swift. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Here's Goff. He's going to get that to Swift underneath. Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1.
If this were baseball, we call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the 1st down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
Here we go on 4th. Goff. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And in for the Lions touchdown. DeAndre Swift. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Lions' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point by Badgley up and good. And that makes the score 21-0.
That shit did that shit last night too, remember? Or the other night, one of them nights, it wasn't last night, it was a couple nights ago, we went over with D-Man.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. If they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down. Here's Wentz to throw. Target is to Dotson, and he's got him. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 4th down. Now the former Oklahoma Sooner Tress Way on to punt the football. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Fielded just inside the 20. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
Damn.
And now consider the lead. The question is how much is good enough for you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's
black
never
dude,
enough,
6'5",
because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try to move the ball downfield, try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times. But also, they will attack downfield and try and get position for at least 3 points.
To try again after the sack.
He's thrown for 6,700 yards in 2
seasons. They've got his man complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. So give him the yardage on the completion and also tack on 15 more.
If you give that hand up there, you've got to let go immediately or just not close the hand at all. He didn't, gave it a tug, and that was easy for the officials to see.
throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Swift going to try up the middle. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Goff now looking to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bobby McCain. And the Commanders are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. And the defense, Charles, they bent a little bit, but they did not break. And then on 3rd and goal there, the huge interception.
Think of the momentum they're carrying with them right now, Brandon, because in their mind, whether they want to admit it or not, they were conceding 3 points. Their goal is to keep them at the end zone, not give up a touchdown. Instead, they give up nothing. What a big-time play and a big-time stop by them.
That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
You got some other niggas over here trying to play level on that field.
A final shot before half for Wentz. His throw incomplete. So we've reached halftime here in Detroit with the Lions out on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
I'm sorry. You were right. You was beside me.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this. And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football. But that one is going to sting. First play of the 3rd quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this 3rd quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. One more time with Swift. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
A loss of 2 on the play. It's 3rd down and goal to go.
Gone. Open man, and he's got Williams. Touchdown, Lions. Jared Goff with his 3rd touchdown pass of the afternoon. And the Lions take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that makes the score 28-0. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard.
Two to two. Yeah, it is. Yeah, they are. Is that 1914 taken? Or that's not squads? Right here beside us. 2114. Oh, nah, niggas on it, niggas on it.
Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
That's why I thought you were faking it, bro.
And take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success.
It's all good, bro. I thought you were fucking around at first. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
They'll stay on the ground with Swift.
He got off the ball.
And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Goff wants to throw on 3rd and 1. He's got him in, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. This offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. And now whistles here and a flag down. Looked like someone got going a little early. The false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. Back to the running game with Swift. And he'll get it down here to the 43. It's a 5-yard pickup, so essentially they get the penalty yardage back, and it's back to 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
They go jet sweep here with Williams. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Here's Goff. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. Open man right side is St. Brown. The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
4 yards.
They will run straight ahead with Swift. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. DeAndre Swift, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Lions are on their way to a 2-0 start. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that makes this 35.
Y'all ain't running no more.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. That's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Heineke's throw into the hands of McLaurin. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. That'll give him 60 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. First down, Heineke. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
A 1st down throw for Heineke. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Robinson will try to pick it up. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he will finally be wrestled down at the Lions' 11. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
First down, here's a run with Peterson. And he'll wind up picking up about 4 as that is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. Second down, Peterson again. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Here's Raymond bringing it out. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. But they've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted. So they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
Deron Payne in there to drop him at sacks on first and second downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long.
And it has been a good game for them. They haven't been pressured very much today, but on back-to-back sacks, maybe the defense is starting to figure something out.
Hey, 5.
Now on 3rd and forever, he'll look to throw. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. The Commanders going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. Here comes the Lions punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. Taken from just outside the 30. A 57-yard punt, 11 on the return. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Throws to his man on the out route. It's complete. That's Robinson. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on 3rd down.
BJU.
The slot man goes in motion left.
The BJU Bruins. They got a nigga from South Carolina, Indiana on the team.
On 3rd down, Heineke. Able to connect with Dotson. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions. And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the 1 touchdown. And that was all she wrote.
The Bob Jones